In this video, we are going to go over multiplying and dividing polynomials. Remember that you do not need like terms to multiply or divide. You only need like terms to add and subtract. So on number 1, it says find the product, write all answers in standard form. So to find the product, here I'm going to use a distributive property. 5 times 3 is 15, and x times x is x squared. Remember your exponent properties. To multiply like bases, you keep the base and you add the exponents. So this is like 1 plus 1 gives us 2. 5x times 4 is 20x. This is written in standard form. There are no like terms, so there's nothing else that I can do. So my answer is just 15x squared plus 20x. We're going to also use a distributive property on example 2. Here I have 2x squared times 4x cubed minus 5x squared plus 1. So 2x squared times 4x cubed is 8x to the 5th power. 2x squared times negative 5x squared is negative 10x to the 4th power. And 2x squared times 1 is 2x squared. None of these are like terms. My answer is written in standard form. Remember, standard form goes from your highest exponent to your lowest exponent. There's nothing else that I can do here. So this is my answer. Excuse me. On example 3, I have a binomial being multiplied by a binomial. To do this, we're going to do the area model. And so I'm going to go ahead and begin by drawing a box. I'm going to take my first binomial and I'm going to write it down the side. And I'll take the second binomial and I'll write it across the top. Now I'm ready to multiply. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. So inside of my area model, I have 2x squared minus 7x plus 6x minus 21. From here, I can go ahead and combine like terms and write my answer in standard form. 2x squared doesn't have a like term, so I'll bring that one down. Negative 7x plus 6x is negative 1x. And negative 21 doesn't have a like term, so I'll bring that one down. So my answer in standard form is 2x squared minus x minus 21. For example 4, I have 2 terms being multiplied by 3 terms. So a binomial being multiplied by a trinomial. We're going to do this the same way that we did example 3, but we are just going to have a larger area model. So instead of having a 2 by 2 box like how we did here, my area model will be 2 by 3. The binomial will go along the side that has 2 places. So that's going to be x minus 3. And the trinomial will go across the top where it has 3 spaces. So that will be negative x squared plus 2x plus 4. Now that we have gone ahead and set up the area model, we can go ahead and multiply. X times negative x squared is negative x cubed. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Negative 3 times negative x squared is positive 3x squared. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So inside of the area model, I have negative x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 12. From here, I'm going to go ahead and write my answer in standard form and combine like terms. Negative x cubed does not have a like term, so that one's going to come down. 2x squared plus 3x squared is 5x squared. 4x minus 6x is negative 2x. And negative 12 doesn't have a like term, so I'll bring that one down. So my answer is negative x cubed plus 5x squared minus 2x minus 12. On example 5, I have a trinomial being multiplied by a trinomial. We're going to do this example the same way we did examples 3 and 4 by doing the area model. Because we are multiplying a trinomial by a trinomial, our box will just be a 3 by 3. So I will take my first trinomial and I will write that down the side. So that would be 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. And I'll take my second trinomial and I'll write it across the top. So that one's going to be x squared plus 4x minus 1. Now I am ready for multiplying. 6x squared times x squared is 6x to the 4th. 6x squared times 4x is 24x cubed. 6x squared times negative 1 is negative 6x squared. Negative 7x times x squared is negative 7x cubed. Negative 7x times 4x is negative 28x squared. Negative 7x times negative 1 is positive 7x. Negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times 4x is negative 20x. And last but not least, negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. Now you could take each one of these 9 terms and you could write it out here. And you could combine like terms and write your answer in standard form that way. Or you can look for your like terms inside of the area model and go ahead and write those down. So for example, I see my highest exponent is 4 with 6x to the 4th. There are no like terms with that, so that is going to go first. Next, I see that I have negative 7x cubed plus 24x cubed. Those are like terms. So that is going to give me, let's see, 24 minus 20, and then another 3. So that would be 17x cubed. And then I have negative 5x squared plus 28x squared minus 6x squared. So that would be 11, and 28 will be negative 39x squared. And then I have negative 20x plus 7x is negative 13x. And last but not least, 5 does not have a like term, so that will go last. So our final answer would be 66x to the 4th plus 17x cubed minus 39x squared minus 13x plus 5. If it helps, I'll color code these terms so you can see where each of them came from. The negative 39x squared came from those pink boxes. Negative 13x came from the green. And then 5 was blue. Now that we've talked about how to multiply, the other thing that we need to talk about is division. So these examples say divide, write all answers in standard form. So on example 6, I have 2x cubed plus 4x divided by 2. So we're just going to take each of these terms and divide them by 2. 2x cubed divided by 2 is just x cubed. And 4x divided by 2 is just 2x. This is my answer. On example 7, we have negative x cubed plus 7x squared minus 3x all being divided by x. If it helps, break this up into its own fractions. So I would have negative x cubed divided by x plus 7x squared divided by x minus 3x divided by x. And then you can just simplify each fraction. Remember that we learned in Unit 1 that to divide like bases, you keep the base and you subtract the exponent. So remember that exponent property was if you have x to the m over x to the n, then you would have x to the m minus n. So if this exponent is like a 1, then 3 divided by 1 is 2, so that would give me negative x squared. For this next one, x squared divided by x, well, 2 minus 1 is just 1, so that's 7x. And then here, x divided by x is 1, so that just leaves me with negative 3. So my answer is negative x squared plus 7x minus 3. On example 8, we have 9y squared plus 27y minus 18 being divided by 3y. So again, you're just going to divide each of those terms by 3y. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Y squared divided by y is y. 27 divided by 3 is 9. And then y divided by y is 1. Just like how 5 divided by 5 is 1, or 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6. And then this one has a y in the denominator, but not in the numerator. And so when this happens, this is just going to stay in our denominator. So my answer would be 3y plus 9 minus 6 divided by y. And last but not least, example 9, we have 6x to the 5th minus 9x minus 4 divided by 3x. So again, I am just going to go ahead and break those up into their own fractions. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X to the 5th divided by x is x to the 4th. Minus 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then x divided by x simplifies to 1. 3 times 1 is just 3. Oops, here I forgot my x. And then 4 over 3x. 4 divided by 3, that does not reduce. We don't want decimals when we're dividing. We want to keep things as fractions when possible. And so since this doesn't reduce, that's going to stay that way. And this x doesn't have a companion in the numerator, so that x is just going to stay in the denominator. So my answer is 2x to the 4th minus 3 minus 4 divided by 3x.